and Brazil. I am Daniela Lopez and we are here back with Obrigado News. Today we will show our most recent interview with Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro. But prior to showing this footage, we will review a brief summary on the foreign policy strategies that Brazil has taken over the years. In the 1970s, the independent foreign policy was designed to diversify international relations in order to be more autonomous and avoid alignments with countries or blocs. By the 1990s, foreign policy had been redefined. Brazil formed links with its neighbors along with the United States to have international credibility, but also through the foundation of the Mercosur. Today, this agreement has not been prioritized as the president wants to focus on global trade. The country has taken a multipolar approach that is evident in Brazil's renewed relations with the United States and Europe, along with a leading role in BRICS. Taking this into consideration, we can now move on to the interview. President, considering what has been going on with the UN Climate Change Conference, what do you have to say about the future actions that Brazil will undertake in order to commit the environmental responsibility, and how will this affect Brazil's connection to other countries?
Well, regarding fellow countries, obviously the Biden government is more of a left-wing government, meaning that they are obsessed with the environment issue. So this gets in the way a bit and complicates the link with our country. And apart from that, I've noticed an environmental psychosis regarding Earth's lungs, to which I have to say that as far as I'm concerned, the Amazon is Brazil's, not yours.
So you're implying that the problems that have arisen with the Amazons are strictly related to Brazil rather than being a global issue which concerns the international community?
Precisely. On multiple occasions, different countries tend to think that they have a say in the fate of the Amazon. However, this rainforest is a national sovereignty issue. It refers to our territory and we have the right to decide on its future, whether that is clearing it for cattle and soy fields or making the decision to conserve it.
Now, I would like to ask Gloria Sofia Torres Neri, who has a degree in international relations and will help us understand today's foreign policy and government direction. Despite the president denying the Amazon's impact on Brazil's foreign policy, I would like to ask you, Sofia, would you not say that the deforestation of the Amazon has translated to the reshaping of Brazil's foreign relationships?
In fact, Daniela, this has had an undeniable and enormous impact on the foreign policy of Brazil. We can see that the current government faces serious nationalist problems, as it disregards completely the interests of other nations. Moreover, it has reshaped Brazil's image in the international arena. The state can expect to face some challenges with Biden in office, as he will put the environment at the heart of his agenda. Furthermore, relations between Brazil and the European Union have deteriorated significantly, principally over this issue. For instance, a treaty between Mercosur and the European Union that, if ratified and implemented, could benefit drastically Brazil's economy and trade, has not been ratified because Austria, France, and Germany have expressed reluctance to ratify the deal over environmental concerns. They claim that ratifying the treaty will go against the European Green Deal and prevent the European Union members from reaching their Paris Agreement commitments.
Heading back to today's news, the Chinese company Huawei is on the verge of getting banned from Brazil by a call from the Brazilian government.
This news is incredibly interesting because it talks about an obvious consequence of the rising disputes between Brazil and China. Despite it seeming a simple fact, it is related with Brazil's direct relationship with others. We know one of the objectives established at the beginning of Bolsonaro's government was to focus on the confrontation with China. China is Brazil's main trading partner, given that China is the main destination for Brazil exports. But since the beginning of the 2020, their relations have strengthened due to the strong affinity built by President Trump and Bolsonaro.
Thanks, Sofia. We have in fact another clip from the interview that is related with Brazil's relations with other countries. President, what would you say is the current dynamic of Brazil in the international context? Do we hold certain power over it?
We're currently focusing on building and increasing military power through constant investment and commitment to our strong belief of preference for military-led authoritarian governments. Brazil's armed forces are actually the second largest in the Americas after the US, which means we're doing something right.
Why would you say such a presence for military is necessary? Does this mean we mainly plan to exercise hard power over other countries?
It has to do more with shielding our country and other interests regarding our government.
Okay, so we know this could be a way to enforce hard power if necessary. But would you not agree that soft power is essential for the culture's benefit? I mean, we influence the world with our traditions and culture, soccer, cuisine, among others. Does this not mean as much to you?
Yes, you see, we're a country that holds an important image in the world, but our priorities currently rely on our military forces. We believe it's for the best.
Finally, we would like to know what non-state or state actors are influencing the country today.
Today, we have many institutions and organizations that have helped Brazil to grow as we know it today. NGOs such as Amazon's Watch, Greenpeace, and even the UN are forcing corporations such as Cargill to have better practices concerning the environment and also protecting human rights. On the other hand, we have criminal groups such as the PCC that are being an obstacle for the development of Brazil.
Sofia, what can you tell us about this clip?
We can easily infer Bolsonaro approaches politics with a realistic ideology. Even if Brazil has been historically committed to democratic governance in South America and broader international development cooperation, Bolsonaro is now focusing on the country's interests only. This tells us that he may also believe other countries are preparing in the same way as us. Through military enforcement, a great example of this is HIrst.
Thank you so much, Sofia, for your enriching and educational insights on our country's situation. On behalf of Obrigado News, we also want to thank everyone for choosing us as your main informational source for worldwide events.
Una. A ver, dos. Ok, esto sí.